You know, Joe, I really missed you, Joe. I really, really missed you. Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome to an all-new Talkin Movies. As always, I'm your host, the real Gino Reynolds, and today we are going to be talking about Boss Level, which is a movie starring Frank Grillo that you can find on Hulu right now. I've been wanting to talk about this one for a while, just haven't had a chance to, and I actually watched it again last night, and the movie for me was just as much fun the second time that it was the first time. This movie is directed by Joe Carnahan, who is behind some movies that I really like. He's behind Smokin' Aces, The A-Team, The Grey, one of my favorite movies, Narc. So I was excited when this one was coming out, and this movie was everything that I hoped it would be. I will warn you, there'll probably be some spoilers in this review, because I do want to talk about the ending a little bit. But if you want my recommendation, this movie is a lot of fun, and if you have Hulu, watch it. It doesn't take itself too seriously, even though it has some serious moments and some serious implications. It still doesn't take itself too seriously, and it's just a lot of fun. So anyway, what this movie is about is a guy is caught in a time loop, and he doesn't know how. He keeps reliving the same day. And no, this is not Groundhog Day, but this movie is like Groundhog Day of action movies. He keeps reliving the same day. He keeps dying at the end of every day. So, and really, it's always before or at this certain time. He only makes it a little past noon each day. But eventually, he starts picking up on some clues on days when he's not just plastered drunk on Baiju. He starts picking up the clues. He starts finding new ways to move on further in the day. He finds out what the repercussions are for him living this day over and over again if it goes too far. There's just a lot that he has to go through and figure out why he is in the loop that he's in. All in all, this movie is just a blast. You have Frank Grillo, who, I'm sorry, Frank Grillo should be the lead in more movies. He is amazing in this. He's hilarious. He can handle the action. He's a great narrator for the movie. And plus, when the serious stuff pops up, he can handle that stuff too. We find out more about his relationship with the creator of the time loop, which is Naomi Watts' character. And you also find out that her son is his son, which, oddly enough, is played by Rio Grillo, which is Frank Grillo's real son, which I thought that was a neat little thing. And you have she works for the boss in the title Boss Level. And that is, and she works for him, and of course that leads to Frank Grillo wanting to take him out, and that is played by Mel Gibson. And if you don't like Mel Gibson, it's okay, because you'll want to see him die in this. And spoiler alert, it happens a few times, because again, we're talking about time loop here. You think that him getting to the end of the movie would be him killing Mel Gibson, and then that's the end, right? He finally got to the boss. Well, no, the time loop is the story, not him killing the boss, even though, that does play into it as well. So you have him going after this guy. It starts off as, I'm just going to live my life this day over and over again, drunk all the time. Then it becomes about revenge. It becomes about getting closer to his son. and eventually it gets to be about saving the world, technically, because if you go far enough in the day, the world ends. And that was one of the things that they feared with this machine that Naomi Watts' character created. But in this, you have a lot of fun action. It gets to the point, kind of like with Bill Murray's character, where he knew when people were gonna do things, like the guy was gonna come talk to him, and he knew, just all the little things that were gonna happen, where he ended up making him think, I'm a god. I'm not the god, but I'm a god. Frank Grillo's just standing there while bullets are just flying past him and everything, because he knows where they're gonna be. Also, you have, with the action, you have the fun assassins. There's all these weird type assassins in this that are coming after him, and they all play into some jokes. You have one that ends up killing him with a very specific weapon, and you find out what that weapon is, and you're just like, really? You've been killing me with that the entire time? You have the Swordmaster lady, which you get to hear her catchphrase a lot, and it ends up in a very funny joke. You have this little person that likes to blow things up. You have this hillbilly redneck that likes to drag our main character with a harpoon, like from the back of a truck. You just have all these crazy killers that are coming after him. You have one that he calls Roy number 2 because he looks just like him, and then actually comes into play. So there's a lot of fun to be had with this movie. You have all these crazy killers coming after him, and it's funny because he gives them names, and then he calls one of them the name. She's like, that's not my name. He's like, yeah, well, we never stopped to talk, so I just gave you a name. So there's just a lot of fun to be had with the different killers and him trying to get away from them. Also, him seeing the repercussions, like, well, I got this far, but then it come to find out this bad thing happened, so I need to stop that. And he's got to find a way to put a stop to all the bad stuff, and then, fix the day. Here's where I'm going to get into big spoiler territory. When it comes to, I heard a lot of people didn't like the end to this. I love the ending, because they showed you after so many days, I can't remember how many days he went, but it was a lot. It showed you like the best day that he was able to fix everything. But then come to find out that to stop this time loop, he has to do it one more time, and there's no redo. So you're thinking, oh, they're going to show it again. And you know what? The movie didn't need to. And it doesn't. He just kind of goes, oh, I got to do this one more time? No problem. Winks at the camera and credits. I loved it because you didn't need to show him doing the perfect mission again. They showed it. He solved it. He's like, he's so good now at doing all this that he can do it. The way he solves all the problems is hilarious and fun. And it's like, he's only got so much time to do it, to make sure that this one bad thing doesn't happen and this other bad thing doesn't happen, because there's a chain reaction to some of the bad things. So him doing this final mission again, he don't need to, because he just winks at the camera, like, I got this, and it works. It works for me. So yeah, this movie, I can't look. It's dumb, violent, fun. You just watch Frank Grillo joke and kill his way through this entire movie, and him getting killed tons as well. Because again, every day of his ends with death. Even the one right before the last day ends with his death. But he comes back one last time and winks at the camera and says, yeah, I got this. And he does. So, all in all, this is just a really fun movie that I've seen a couple times now, and I'm sure I'll watch it again. I like Joe Carnahan's work. I like what he's done with this. And I just had a lot of fun with this movie, and I think if you watch it, you will too. It's a lot of the humor it feels very Deadpool in a way. He's not really talking to the camera a lot, but he is talking to the audience through narration. And it's just goofy and violent. And again, there are some serious things, but even that stuff doesn't weigh the movie down being too serious. It's just giving some stakes to our characters' adventure, and I really dug it. I think if you watched it, you would too. And again, you can see this on Hulu right now. That's going to be all for this edition of Talkin Movies. If you like what you've heard here, please subscribe to the Real Gino YouTube channel. Like this video. If you have anything to say about Boss Level, please feel free to leave a comment in the section below. As always, I'm your host, the Real Gino, Gino Reynolds. See you later.